Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for joining. My name is Nuno do Carmo. I will present myself in a second. First of all, just for me to gauge, who is attending the first time SUSECon? Wow, okay. This is not your first session, right? No. Yes, you, but that's okay. So, okay, cool. So I'm not the standard for SUSECon talk. You will see why, but welcome. And okay, let's start. The agenda, I don't want to go too fast because there's a 50-minute talk, and I just have like 25-ish slides. So whenever you have a question, feel free, ask it. Read, please ask it. Okay, so we will go through it anyway. So first, who am I? I'm Nuno do Carmo. I'm a tech writer at SUSE on the cloud native side. My dear team on the Linux side are all behind. So if you have real questions for real people doing real documentation, they are on the back. Okay. You will be able to find me during this week at the SUSE documentation kiosk. That will be down there in the, how it's called?
Technology showcase.
Thank you, to the showcase. My work so far, I will explain it a little bit just in a few slides, but since I've joined SUSE 2 years ago, I've been working on different projects. That's what is really nice, because you can know the project, integrate with the doc, try to see what are the differences, what are the similarities as a reader, because you, part of our community, you will face the same. If you go to one site and then you go to another project that are normally talking together, Rancher, New Vector, let's just name them, then you have a total different experience. Kind of feel weird, right? So my talk will be kind of about this journey to standardization. My new bestseller, so I'm a writer, right? So I write books, or not, so I write docs. So I'm currently working on the New Vector documentation. So during the week, starting after this talk, during this talk is more about the session, but after this talk, if you have anything to say about New Vector, please come forward. On the community, because SUSE is also about like open and open communities. I come from myself from a background of more cloud native-ish community, and that I just put there. So I won't read it, but just in case you have questions about CNCF, Microsoft, I'm kind of a Microsoft guy within SUSE. Shh, don't tell them, but it's okay. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so these are the projects so far. There's not all listed, but out of, let's say, the main ones, if I remove K3S and RKE2, for example, as you can see, we are turning around, and my other colleagues kind of do the same also within their projects. So like that, we are trying, like I said, to bring these standards all together. So, just before we start, we need to address something really important. This talk is not about something. Let's take out the elephant out of the room. We are not here to talk about the euro, okay? Sorry about that. If you are a betting person, Google tells that, okay, you should bet on Ukraine. But yeah, go Romania. Anyway, you can also win if you stay until the end. There's only one. So there will be a very complicated question at the very end of this session. So if you want some Swiss real chocolate, not Belgium. Is there any Belgium in attendance? Sorry. Okay, cool. So no Belgium, and all right. But you have to stay until the end. Okay, let's chill a little bit and let's talk about the docs. So first, before we start with docs, we have projects, we have products. And it starts with code, okay? Who does it? The developers. They write the code, so we start with them. Then, potentially, we have some project management. We have, not potentially, we have project management, right? But about priorities and what the vision is also. Some quality managers that go check the code, go check the applications, and take back some feedback. But they know the product also. So now we are talking about like the knowledge about something. And then finally, the product manager that will really ingrain like the vision, take your feedback from the community to the team and say like, okay, the team, like the community say that, our customers say this, so it will be nice to work on that. Here, Minds, if I can I? Yeah, okay, red on white is great. So here is gray. So the color of the border here just means that it's passive. So your role in the community is more passive at this stage when the team writes code. However, oh, yeah, of course, there's a last person in the SUSE team, that's us. I forgot me. I forgot myself. So at that stage, at the code stage, we will learn about the new features from the team. So within our weekly meetings, our daily stand-ups, for example, we will get some insights from the members, from the developers mainly, and sometimes the project manager, also the quality, less the product at this stage. And then finally, we know what's incoming, so we need to prepare. When a feature is released, you like to have the documentation for the release, not 3 weeks after. So at SUSE, potentially others, but at least at SUSE, I can tell, is that we work with the team directly from the inception. And that's what allows us to be ready when the code is ready to be shipped to you. Okay? Forget what I said before. So you see the border here is gray. So, okay. So what are your advantage at the code level for now? We are an open company, open source company. That's in our DNA. You'll talk to anyone, open, open, open. And we prove it times and times again. So you can learn, if you know how to go through code repositories, but you can learn about the new features coming already. Oh, wait, SUSE is developing something, Rancher, new vector, KubeWarden, whatever. They are thinking about something. Something is incoming. You can follow some issues, because again, we are open. So there will not be, okay, by issues here, you can follow the pull request, right? You can follow the discussions, you can follow anything that is on the open again. And then, knowing that, if it's a feature that you might be interested, then you can start planning also. Hey, the next version of Rancher will bring some integration with NewVector, with Harvester. Harvester, the new version, will come with GPU. Hey, we have GPU, and we might want to test that, okay? So you, as the community, can also start planning that. Any questions about the code phase, how we work? Good. So now that we know what the team is planning, and we were following all the meetings, and we were gathering all this information, then we can start the docs, sorry. Once again, okay, here I know my slide, so here it will be also split in two. I won't go too fast. So as a tech writer, we have mainly like two jobs kind of also. We have the front end, so it's where we simply write, review technical documentation, publish it, right? That's what you see. Sometimes, not always, because we have a great team, but sometimes, well, we need to adapt the theming. Like I said, standardization starts where? By visuals. You need to have a common look and feel, kind of, right? And at that stage, because we do our own pull requests, our own PRs in the open, then if you have some feedback, we can all already gather it. Okay, you can already contribute to documentation at that stage. Now, the less visible part will be the backend. So, who says docs nowadays says a framework? we are in the JavaScript era, like it or not. And so we have plenty of frameworks working for documentation. Renders it nicely. We have features here, auto reloads, nice things, right? So that is nice. But who says a framework says package? Who writes JavaScript here, or at least Node? Nobody. Cool. But you know about Node, right? You saw like the meme about like you have the black hole and then you have Node modules, right? So that's kind of it. So it means like the security aspects of these packages is really important. It's not like they will be able to act anything through these packages or break down into SUSE, but they can actually impact our own trustworthy towards you. If you arrive and you see some other company's name instead of our docs, well, what they are doing, right? So we want to avoid that. So as a tech writer, we also have this tech side. We want to automate processes, but that I will touch base a bit longer after and explain why. And then finally, like I said, we want you to have a standardized reading experience. That's really important. Oh, wait, it's SUSE docs, I know. So if you go here, go there, click there, we know that we have the overview. We know that we have the schemas. We know that we have the graphics, whatnot, okay? I can tell it now, that's the good timing. See the border? Okay, it's passive active. So now you can, let's say, interact with us at that stage, at the code stage, even more. So your own advantages are that thanks to some standardization, some automation, you will get these so needed up-to-date documentation. Like I said, again, I'm on the cloud native side, so I will always use like Rancher or NuVector examples, right? But Rancher 1.9 is coming, and if 3 weeks later you still have 1.8.3, you have a problem. How do I do things? What is this button for, right? So thanks to all the processes from the code to the docs now, we can, and the automation, some of them, again, I will explain it, but some of automation, you will be able to have these up-to-date docs. You need it. We need you to be happy and to use our products. But to do that, the first, let's say the face of the product, once you installed it, is the docs. We as important as the, let's say, the user experience that you have in your own products. During that, you can provide feedback while we are writing or after the writing, but also, and I will touch base a little bit after, how you can contribute. If you are a partner, for example, customers, you will consume our docs. Community might consume, might participate also. But partners, if you are from a partner company, sometimes you know how to integrate with, I don't know, Amazon, for example, for a cloud thing. You can help us, actually. And then, again, this Corient reading experience, at that stage, it's because of the framework now, right? So, a small example, or 3 examples actually, of reading experience, and just we will try to see if it makes sense. If not, I will take your feedback. That's why I'm here. So this is Rancher Manager. Sorry, I know it's tiny, by the way, but like what I want to explain is like as when you go to the website, you will see some menu on the top, some icon, some menu on the left. Okay, the main content in the middle, and then the, let's say, the paragraphs of or the sections on the right. You should expect that from, okay, I went not far enough on the right, but you should accept that from others, okay, like NuVector and Harvester, for example. The same feeling, the same browsing. You don't have like muscle memory. It stops at one site and then you can reapply it. Okay? That's nice. That's a work. That's our work to make that happen. Again, new vector is maybe the only one, but yeah, you get the idea. So 2.1, so we are still in the docs side, but now tech writer. Writer, okay, get it. That was the front end before, right? This is front end. But I spoke about some back end also. I will provide two examples, concrete examples. There's many more. There was a great talk at 12:30, so if you were not there, I really strongly suggest you to go back to the replays about the docs and how writing docs and what are the tools that we are using also. But here, I will speak about Veil.sh. This is a small tool that is really great for documentation, coherence, let's say, and templating. It's called a style guide. I was searching the term, thank you. So style guide, so the good thing is like Veil is an open source project, and as an open source company, what we do is like, okay, let's take the open source project, adapt our own plugin, and share it. So starting today, if you know how to use Veil, you can just write like SUSE through styling guide. Not fully, but at least the styling guide will be there. So it's there. Then, because it's a script, we can add it in our GitHub runners, and we will see what it does. It will check every pull request, how it's written. We'll address it as verbose mode, like what are the errors, what are the styling guides non-applied. And the overall process will allow both the writing persons, that could be not us, that could be you, knowing exactly maybe what could be wrong and how to address it. And here is an example. This is the configuration. Very complex. I know, sorry, it's a bit technical right now, so follow me. And once you have that applied to GitHub, then you write a PR, and this PR is like, well, nope, not happening. There's some styling issues. Okay, what are the styling issues? You go check the logs of the runner, and he tells you, okay, you use this, you use that, consider doing this, consider doing that. And Veil can really be set to either its warnings, so you discard them, or each warning could be an error, because you want standardization, also in the terminology. Again, in the talk, there was two talks at 12:30, but on the other talk, they already explained about like, what was the term that you use about like the small phrasing, keep it simple? Yeah, yeah, but there was another term, but anyway, but keep it simple. Like, exactly, so the terminology should be fit for the majority. Try avoiding like Americanization of y'all or whatever, and then you all and stuff like that, right? And then once you have that feedback, which is quite verbose, what you can do, well, you go back to your PR, change, update it, and now it's green. So now us, as tech writers and reviewers of the content at the end of the day, so we are owners of the doc repos, we can simply trust you more and more if we see this here instead of this there, because we know that you write it according to our own styling guides. And for someone who wrote for Microsoft few docs, I can tell you that it's even worse. Like every warning is an error, is not warnings. They don't have warnings. They want a concise and standardized way of writing, full stop. Second, it's a bit more technical here, and I mean it. We have a tool, or this is an open source tool that someone working for SUSE, currently at least, created for more updating all the dependencies. So it's called Update CLI. So already if you are like a developer, or if you have other things that you want to automate between like packages and stuff, go check Update CLI. Really nice. But then, because he works at SUSE and I'm quite the annoying guy, technically speaking, I went to him and said, hey, nice, but can we adapt that to docs? Because at the end of the day, when I have a product that my docs are already written, it will be nice that on the day of the release, well, my docs are also released. But now, think like that. It seems kind of easy, right? Normal. Okay. I live in Switzerland. The Rancher team are working out of San Francisco, and they normally tend to do their own releases of the product by their 3 or 4 o'clock. Plus 9, it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I love my company, but I love even more sleeping. So the thing is like, okay, how can I ensure that my docs, I know them, they are ready? But please, whenever you push the version, I want my docs to be automatically pushed also at the same time. So you, the community, customers, partners, community, you have the docs plus 10 minutes if you want. Sorry, I will try to bring it down, but right now we have a failover of 10 minutes. So when it's released, Update CLI will get the new version from the product release. So we are talking about the application here, right? It will create a new pull request, but not on the product, but on the docs repo. Okay, that's the sync now. I know a product is good or released, so now the docs need to be also released. Then, myself, I can review it, but remember, I'm sleeping. The good thing is like the project team that trust me, they know they just have to press the button merge. I know, really highly technical, but again, I trust them. What it does in terms of concrete example, okay, Veil was cool, right? So this is more, this is like a normal Update CLI configuration. It's okay. There's a lot of lines, but there's a lot of spaces also. But at the end of the day, it's like it just checks what is the rule on Update CLI side, what it needs to look at, which repo, and then it will like create, forget the merger here, but it will create the PR directly. And then the version here, once it's merged, then you have the docs directly once they are published. One button click. Cannot get better, okay? But to achieve this, remember where we started. Code, then docs, then finally we have the merge, okay? We can automate now. Once we have the trust between the teams, now we can start automating. And now it gets interesting because all these parts that I don't need to do manually, to go check the code, to go check my docs and everything, and vice versa, then we ensure to ship on date, on time, the docs are ready, and then I can already start writing the next docs. So the talk, if you remember, or if you paid attention, was like from code to docs at cloud native speed, okay? Coming from Linux, okay, who uses Linux here? I like that. Me too, by the way, I will show you, okay? But anyway, who uses Tumbleweed? Rolling releases. Okay, who knows about rolling releases? It's quite fast, right? Okay, so you are more on the LTS, long-term support, right? So you are using SLE, for example, maybe Leap on your machine, that's cool. Who knows, it's not part of the talk, but just to explain here a little bit, cloud native part. Who knows how many Kubernetes forget the meaner here, but major versions are within a year? 3. Okay, 3 or 4. A year. We started the year, we were at 129, and now we are already at 131. Can you keep up with that? That's cloud native speed. That's simple. By the end of the year, I will be at 123. Think about that. I come from ops. I was like HP UX, Solaris admin. I know slow. Okay? When you arrive at cloud native and then suddenly they tell you like, yeah, but that's just minor versions. Yeah, but 116 to 117, they broke, literally they broke one part, which was the applications because they graduated and it was no more beta, it was actually released. So now you have to go through all your deployments and ensure that you are calling the right API. Cool, right? Talk that about someone that has maybe, I don't know, like 50 applications or 100 applications. Code everywhere, multi-team. All right. 118 to 119, same. They broke the network part this time. But cool, that's minor, okay? No, that's not 1 to 2. That's just 120 to 121. Don't be afraid. Yeah, right, cool. Anyway, cloud native speed needs automation. But to reach automation, we need to ensure that all the teams are already working together. Okay, feedback time. See the color? And see, we swapped now. Because at feedback time, we are equals. We are not providing to you, you are providing to us. You consume our docs. You work every day with our products. Sometimes you might even know best our products. That's why we have certifications and champions and whatnot, right? Because you know it, not at the developer level, but you know it better than myself. That I guarantee you, okay? So the thing is like, your feedback can be something like this. I just have 2 examples. The customer was finding our documentation really confusing, okay? Because when you speak about Kubernetes, there's this concept about downstream and upstream cluster. They never knew what exactly was that. It was like, but just ship it to me, but what is upstream? What is downstream? Okay, cool, we listen. So what we did, we created a glossary. And now our products and projects will have, it's on the way to go. Some have done their job already, which is great, but normally by the end of the year, I would say like that, everyone will have the glossary page. So what, I don't know, K8S stands for. Okay, Kubernetes, easy, right? What CNCF stands for? Who knows? Yeah, exactly. You heard about it, but then it's like, yeah, cloud, native, computing, federation? No, foundation. All right? So the glossary here will help you actually not only got the same discussion with us, but also sometimes between your teams. You might know what some developer tells you when you read the doc. Another one, well, who is partner here? Sorry, I didn't ask. Okay, cool, thank you. First of all, thank you. So second, sometimes, like I said, you might be developing your own solutions, or you might know another solution and you would love it to be integrated. You do the job. Why not sharing it with the major part of the community? Again, open source, we are a company, we have SUSE products. They have to pay me, and again, I live in Switzerland, I'm not cheap, right? So the thing is like, we have to sell, but at the same time, we know that you will trust us if you trust our documentation. So if you know how to contribute to our documentation, what you can do is that we can work together, and then with the partner, we can have even cross-published blogs or documentation. They explain on their site, you explain on your site, and we explain on our site. And now the word goes out to everyone. Not just one place, but more places. So the facts, the glossary of Rancher Manager, this is up to date, right? So if you go to Rancher Manager docs, you will see that you have a big glossary already, that it's a live system, so it's being published. And if you need something to be added, PR, open, we listen, we adapt, we implement. And then, I will just put the 2 of them, but there was some Rancher Desktop. with SpinCube, with Fermion, which is a big company, big player in the cloud native space now around everything that is WebAssembly, which is the hot trend. So, and we cross-published at the same time. But that helped their docs because there was like one customer using their product, but it also helped us because we could like also showcase how our product integrates with the others. The motto of SUSECon 2024 is choice happens. And when you come to Rancher and Linux side from us, you have the choice. That's what we want. Quickly, how can you share feedback? Because, okay, no, it's great and all, but how? So you can open PRs, issues, into our docs repos. They are up there, open. You can discuss with your own SUSE account team if you are a customer. And the partners, I guess you have partner excellence manager, whatever. Okay. I don't know the term, so sorry.
Manager, maybe.
Okay, perfect then. And then you can, if you are customers, and I know partners, sometimes you come with your own customers because you are providing our support to them. So as a customer, you can actually talk with the partner and they will talk with us. That's facts. I mean, that's not me inventing anything here. And of course, you can participate in our documentation survey that is going out for, it's 2-3 years now.
Oh, it's since 2019. 5 years.
Okay, less COVID, 3 years. I was right. So, no, but you can participate and do that. And of course, again, at SUSECon, you can come to our booth. Remember, you can come to our booth. That will come handy later on. Okay, here is the QR code for sharing the feedback for the survey. Sorry, this is I just put it there. I will have now a few seconds silence, which is Solonel. So please scan this so I can achieve my bonus. Thank you.
You get an extra bonus from me now.
Thank you. That's good enough. Okay. All right. Last chapter, evolution. We are SUSE. So you can soon enough find us everything Linux Cloud Native at one place, documentation.suse.com. No more search for you. Like, okay, where are the SUSE documentation? Who knows about it? Raise your hands. Okay, except the team in the back. Okay. Rancher management, you know where to find all the docs also? Cool, all right. But well, this time you will have and Linux and everything, SUSE documentation. No more splits, whatnot, okay? I put it here, it might change. I won't go through this one. But if you are a customer with Rancher Prime, you have few, not documentation, but few use cases that you might be advantage to read the docs there also. It might swap. So SUSE Collective, anyway, nobody from SUSE Collective is here. So if you want, go, but yeah, it might change. We love community. Yes, I took the love community like Microsoft, but I'm SUSE, so I don't care. Our community docs are all open. Linux are open. We are open. So it remains a priority to keep it, okay? In case of doubt. In case of doubt. Okay, yeah?
You mentioned that the documentation will be all in one place. Does it include open source projects like Pinio, what you mentioned before, Harvest?
Right? Yes, so the product, that's a very good question. So the product documentation, which is today in Cloud Native the project documentation, will be held on documentation.suzes.com. The open source projects that are open source projects but not products will remain where they are for now. Might change in the future. The only ones that I can tell you won't change at all are the CNCF projects. K3S won't change, Longhorn won't change, KubeWarden won't change. We are the main developer, we are the main force developing it, but the trademark and everything now belongs to CNCF. So we cannot just change it on a whim, right? Very good question. All right. So, during SUSECon, you will be able to find documentation sessions. The 3 in black here were already given. Just after this talk, which happens in 20 minutes around-ish, so you will have time for some coffee in between. Like I said, I will end up a bit before. So I strongly recommend you, if you like docs and if you want to know more about the SUSE documentation and what is coming and how and why we are actually migrating, then it will be the new documentation portal session. Like if you needed to follow one session, that will be the one. So thank you to be here, but come next. All right, Q&A.